England were unbackable favourites for this encounter with Italy. The home side hoping to maintain a 100% winning record against the Italians that stretched to 20 games. Jack Brunel made 4 changes to the Italy team beaten by Ireland, with Mauro Bergamasco and Giovanbattista coming in. Prop Alberto De Marchi replaced Matthias Aguero, and Marco Bortolami started in place of Josh Furno in the back row. England coach Stuart Lancaster was in the happy position of being able to announce an unchanged team from the side that beat Wales in Cardiff on the opening night of the tournament. It meant first home starts for George Kruis and one of the try scorers against the Welsh, Jonathan Joseph. Italy went into the game without having scored a test try for 254 minutes since Sergio Parisse touched down against Samoa in November. But against the odds, the Azzurri took the lead and ended that tryless period with a superbly worked score. Having nicked an English line out, the Italians worked the ball downfield, moving it swiftly and with a confidence we haven't seen too often from this side. Leonardo Sarto offloaded to Parisse, and the Italian captain did brilliantly to hold off the tacklers and get over the line for the opening score of the match. Parisse showing yet again why he's considered one of the best number 8s in world rugby. This one his 13th international try. Kelly Haimona's conversion was just wide, but Italy led 5 points to no score. It was the perfect boost for the visitors, and in the 13th minute, Haimona deftly chipped through for Andrea Masi. England fullback Mike Brown colliding with the on-rushing Italian, and he suffered a heavy bang to the head. Play continued momentarily, but the English medical staff were quickly on the pitch to treat the Harlequins fullback. Last year's player of the tournament taking a really hefty blow. It brought an end to his involvement. The Twelvetrees came on with Anthony Watson moving to fullback. Midway through the first half, England eventually got their first score on the board. George Ford kicking the penalty to make it 3 points to Italy's 5. The home side added to that score soon after. Dave Attwood fed Billy Vunipola, who charged for the corner, held up by a combination of Edoardo Gori and Parisse. It was a very close call. Had the England number 8 got the ball down? Well, after some time, the TMO, George Ayoub, decided that the Saracens' man had grounded the ball and the try was awarded. Ford missed the conversion, but England were in front for the first time in the game, 8 points to 5. After a nervy opening quarter of an hour, England were now starting to play with the swagger of a side that were such strong pre-match favourites with the bookmakers. Before this tournament, there was quite a buzz about Jonathan Joseph. Having scored an excellent try against Wales in the opening game, he surpassed that effort with a quite sublime score in the 27th minute of this one, leaving Haimona first and then Sarto in his slipstream as he jinked his way towards the Italian try line, scampering over for his second try in as many games. A memorable moment for Joseph and his first RVS Six Nations start at Twickenham. A really brilliant score, and suddenly there was a bit of daylight between the sides. Ford tapped over the conversion for 15 points to 5 for England. That's how it remained until the break. Three minutes after half-time, Ford tagged on another penalty for 18-5, but Italy showed plenty of character to respond, and they did so with gusto in the 49th minute. As they spread the ball across the pitch, Luca Morisi spotted a gap in the England defence and went for it. He was quick enough to make the break, and despite the efforts of Watson to tackle him, Morisi had the presence of mind to get back up and over the line for Italy's second try of the game. A fine score from the Treviso centre, but unfortunately for the Azzurri, Haimona's conversion was off target and England led 18-10. At this point in the game, the home crowd gave a rousing reception to Mike Brown, who reappeared looking a little groggy, but thankfully up on his feet after the nasty bang he received earlier. And there was more for the English supporters to cheer soon after. The Italians were penalised when the scrum went down close to their try line, and Ben Youngs took his chance. His quick thinking tap and go caught the Italians flat-footed, and he was over the line before anyone reacted. A cheap score for the Italians to concede, but Youngs deserves plenty of credit. Ford added the tap-over conversion and it was 25-10. Ford notched another penalty for 28-10 before another explosive break from Joseph resulted in a fourth try of the game for England and Joseph's second of the afternoon. Yet again the Bath centre showed the pace he possesses as he burst through unopposed to run clear and give England an unassailable lead. Ford timed his pass to perfection and Joseph did the rest. When it was converted, it was 35 points to 10. The Italians' resistance was waning, and Danny Cipriani, who had just come on as a substitute for his first championship appearance since 2008, was in support of May, who popped the pass, and Cipriani raced over for try number 5 for England. A dramatic comeback to the international scene for Cipriani, and a score that he converted himself to leave it 42-10. But England weren't content with that, and conscious that scoring difference can be vital come the end of the tournament, they continued to pile the pressure on. In the 68th minute, from the line out, the Italians were unable to cope with the English maul, which bulldozed its way towards the line, and despite some valiant efforts to hold it up, another sub, Nick Easter, was able to push over for the score. Like Cipriani, Easter is back in the setup after a long time in the wilderness. 4 years since his last home appearance for the English, 36-year-old Easter becomes the oldest try scorer for England. Cipriani missed the conversion, but Lancaster's men were 47-10 up. However, it was Italy who notched the final score of the game, and in a game of good tries, this was yet another. Watch for the brilliant hands from Masi to whip it out to Morisi on the wing, who did very well to hold off Jonny May and get the touchdown in the corner. The TMO was called into action to confirm that the grounding was good. It was, and Italy had a third try of the game. Not enough to make a significant difference to the scoreline, but it was encouraging for Brunel's men to score 3 tries at Twickenham nevertheless. Tommy Allen converted to leave a final score of 47-17. As the final whistle sounded, both sides could take some positives from the encounter, but importantly, it was 2 wins out of 2 for England as they prepare to face Ireland next. Italy have a big one against Scotland for their next game. Final score at Twickenham, England 47, Italy 17.